attack on America via TikTok. How China's social soldiers are disrupting big brands. Have you ever witnessed a war where guns are replaced by mobile phones? Where tanks and missiles give way to dance videos and fashion tips to cripple the enemy? It may sound like the plot of a science fiction movie, but this is today's reality. The trade war between the US and China has now reached a new battlefield, TikTok. But this is not just about entertainment. It's about shaking the very foundation of the American economy. China, through its social soldiers, is playing a game in the American market that's causing sleepless nights for major brands. Today, we are going to dive deep into this subject. But before we begin, if you are new to our channel, don't forget to subscribe so you never miss an update on our latest videos. Now let's get started without any delay. TikTok, once seen in the US as a platform for dance videos, beauty hacks, and funny clips, has now turned into a strategic weapon for China. This is the same app that the US once considered banning, but now it has gripped the pulse of the American market. By reaching consumers directly through TikTok from Chinese factories, China is not only bypassing regulatory boundaries but also posing a direct threat to American brands. There are millions of videos on TikTok where users show themselves buying yoga pants from brands like 𝐿𝐿𝐿𝐼 or Louis Vuitton style bags for just $5 to $6, while their actual market price ranges from $100 to $1,000. The interesting part is that these videos claim the products are made in the very same factories as the branded items, only without the brand tags. The message being promoted is simple. Why pay for the brand name when you can get the same thing without the tag, at a fraction of the price? Now think about this. When a consumer buys a $100 item for just $10, what impact does it have on the brand's reputation and business? This is precisely China's real strategy. It is economically wounding the US through its own consumers. TikTok is no longer just a video-sharing platform. It has become a digital marketplace where consumers are directly connecting with manufacturers. These claims haven't gone unnoticed. Louis Vuitton has clearly stated that none of its products are made in China. 𝐿𝐿𝐿𝐼, too, clarified that only 3% of its manufacturing happens in China. They've even published their entire supply chain information on their website. Yet, TikTok continues to be flooded with cheap product videos. The reason? Consumers now value price and appearance more than authenticity. Meanwhile, experts have issued warnings. Conrad Quilty-Harper, author of Dark Luxury, says that these TikTok videos are blurring the line between fake and real. Users can't tell whether they're buying an original brand or a near-perfect replica. And when the imitation is so convincing that it's nearly indistinguishable, it becomes the biggest threat to the brand itself. This Chinese strategy has surfaced at a very strategic time, just as the US is about to end its tax exemption on imported goods under $800 by May 2025. Before that happens, China is racing to push as much merchandise as possible directly to American consumers. This not only boosts their profits but also puts pressure on US tax policy. Many TikTok users have also expressed anger toward the US government over this entire episode. One user wrote in a video, "We don't need tariffs, we need a revolution. Our government handed over our jobs to China, and now our future is going there too." This statement not only reveals public resentment but also highlights just how effective China's social media propaganda is becoming. But is it really all that cheap and easy? Experts disagree. They warn that in chasing cheap deals, people are ending up with counterfeit goods, products with no quality assurance and no legal recognition. In 2023 alone, counterfeit products worth $1.8 billion were seized in the US, most of which came from China. This raises a crucial question: are the products being sold through TikTok also part of this massive fake market? The strategy adopted by Chinese companies reflects a new reality of global trade, one where not just governments, but even social media platforms have become powerful weapons. Trade wars are no longer confined to boardrooms and documents. They've reached the mobile screens of everyday users. And at the center of this battlefield is TikTok. These TikTok videos aren't just selling products, they're spreading an idea that brands are just names, while the real value lies in the product itself. When this belief sinks deep into the minds of consumers, the brand equity built over decades can collapse in just a matter of months. And that is the most dangerous move in China's playbook. There's another layer to this unfolding drama: rare earth metals. Recently, China imposed an export ban on 7 critical rare earth elements. These metals are crucial for the US defense, energy, and technology sectors. In doing so, China is now turning its own natural resources into geopolitical weapons. If we look at this as part of a broader strategy, it becomes clear that China is no longer just targeting the US through trade, it's also closing in on multiple fronts like data, social media, and technology. TikTok has emerged as the most powerful example of this multidimensional offensive. This situation is becoming increasingly complex for the United States. On one hand, it is considering banning TikTok. On the other, the same platform is silently infiltrating its economy. The storm of dupe products sweeping across TikTok is shaking the very foundations of America's manufacturing industry, brand value, and consumer trust. But the impact doesn't end with economics. It's also challenging America's policy credibility, influencing the mindset of its youth, and raising questions about its dominance in global trade. When today's consumer opts to spend $10 instead of $100 on a knockoff, they're not just saving money, they're unknowingly becoming a part of China's strategic playbook. The millions of viral TikTok videos are signaling the dawn of a new era, an era of digital trade warfare. In this new kind of battle, the language is discount codes, offers, and brand-like appearances. The soldiers, social media influencers, customers, and factory workers producing the same products, just without the branded tags. The most fascinating aspect of this digital war waged through TikTok is that no guns are fired, no bombs explode, yet the impact is powerful enough to shake the foundations of global brands. This battle is being fought on mobile screens, but its consequences are visible in the real world, eroding brand loyalty, disrupting trade logistics, and deeply worrying policymakers. America must now realize that this is not just a trade war, it's also a cultural war. When a young person buys a fake Louis Vuitton bag after watching a TikTok video, it's not just a transaction, it's a shift in value systems. And that's China's deepest move. It's trying to defeat America using its own freedoms, its own consumerism, and its own open internet model. TikTok is merely the face of this strategy. In truth, it is a mirror reflecting America's vulnerabilities back at itself. Will the US be able to recognize this digital weapon in time? Can brands win back consumer trust? And the biggest question of all, are we unknowingly becoming soldiers in this social war? Only time will tell. But one thing is certain, the future won't just depend on the quality of products, but on the power of their digital storytelling. And whoever tells that story better, brands or dupes, will decide who becomes the next global superpower.
This video has taught you something new. Do not forget to like and share this video so that this information can reach others as well. Your likes and shares are a source of inspiration for us. If you have any questions or suggestions, please let us know in the comments. It will be our honor to answer your questions and listen to suggestions. And yes, if you like our content, subscribe to the channel and press the bell icon so that you stay connected with every new story. Thank you. GRT Business YouTube channel sources, news from various news agencies, opinion polls, and other public sources. We try to ensure that every report and summary is accurate and verified, but we are not responsible for any dispute or error. Our aim is only to provide you with accurate information.